So, why would I want to entertain people in the guise of Santa Claus? Well, whenever people speak of the origin of Santa Claus, they always assume that it's the connection to Christmas that matters most, when actually, I believe that Santa is something in all of us that transcends any religion or holiday. There are countless legends of a magical white-bearded being who knows of all of our deeds and who comes on the night of the winter solstice. Many of these beliefs go back before the birth of Christ. They're the Hopi, Pueblo Native American people, who know him as a Kachina called Old Man Soyola. The Norse Vikings called him Gobas, the Dwarf King. In fact, this hat is a Viking thing. They say he is the king of the north wind. Many of the Celtic people still today call him the Holly King. There are many names and forms for this jovial soul. He is a man, a king, a saint, an elf, a dwarf, an angel, and even a god. Our imagination is the only limitation to who Santa is. Hey, maybe he's a Time Lord. After all, he does fly around the world violating the laws of time and space in a sleigh with a toy bag that's bigger on the inside. Not to mention his many faces, for like Doctor Who, anyone can step into the role of Santa, even you. Many of Santa's origins may be pagan, but it's only fitting that he has become so indelibly embedded in the Christian mythos of Christmas. In all his incarnations, he is as jolly as he is wise, and he represents love and light as well as peace and goodwill. Are these not things that Christ stood for? I think it's a good thing that he's a part of so many ways of celebrating Christmas, even the commercial aspects. But there is a deeper, more personal reason why being Santa Claus means so much to me. You see, throughout my childhood, the celebration of any holiday was forbidden, especially Christmas, because of my mother's religious beliefs. You see, I was told not to believe in Santa, for he was an abomination of the devil. And while other children were singing Christmas carols, I had to sit quietly holding a note from my mother, ordering the teachers to enforce my abstinence from singing with them. For me, Christmas was just another day off of school, home, with no tree, no family gathering, and no presents. At about age 7, I think it was, just after I recovered from scarlet fever, my grandmother, who did not share my mother's beliefs, made me a Santa hat from a square patch of red felt. And I put that hat on, and somehow the magic of believing in Santa just embraced me. One sunset on Christmas Eve, I became possessed to dress up in my red flannel pajamas, the kind with the flap in the back, and stuffed the pajamas with a pillow for a belly, put one of my father's black belts around my belly, used the pillowcase for a toy bag, stuffed it full of my old toys. And after adding the finishing touch of one of my dad's old white wife-beater shirts for a beard, I set out to trek through the ghetto neighborhood I grew up in to knock on doors, delivering one toy to each child I encountered until I ran out. Oh, it felt wonderful playing Santa. Even the children as old as I was, or even older, seemed filled with wonder and joy by my surprise visit. And each time I left a house, my toy bag grew lighter, and so did my heart. Later in life, when I was in my late 20s, I was approached by a man who seemed as though he had been looking for someone, or looking for me. And as he approached me, he said, "I thought I recognized you a few days ago at the store. You're that crazy little white boy that came to my door when I was about 9 on one Christmas Eve. You was dressed up in a hodgepodge Santa suit and giving out toys." Then he said, "I still have that toy ray gun because it reminds me of how you inspired me with the gift of giving all my life." And then he thanked me. I think we both had tears. And in that moment I realized that Santa was a part of me, regardless of my mother's beliefs. And he is something, as I said, that transcends any religion or holiday. So, here I am,